Hello everyone, a very pleasant day to you. Federal government reaffirms commitment to strategic trade partnership with China. NDLEA arrests 22 Indian sailors, uncovers drugs hidden in coffee. A very good day to you and welcome to First Next News Port Harcourt. I am Becky Usoro. Now the news in full. President Bola Tinubu has congratulated Police Commissioner Usman Jugaba, his Chief Police Security Officer, on his 45th birthday, lauding the senior officer's professionalism, loyalty, and commitment to duty. In a goodwill message, the President praised Shugaba's discipline and vigilance, noting that his conduct in safeguarding the presidency and protecting national institutions exemplifies the finest traditions of the police. The President further acknowledged the critical yet often understated role he played in maintaining stability and confidence in the seat of power, describing his service as selfless and indispensable. Wishing the police commissioner well in the years ahead, the President prayed for continued good health and success in his professional and personal life. Moving on, the Minister of Power, Chief Adebayo Adelabu, has assured Nigerians that 2026 will be dedicated to consolidating gains made in the power sector in 2025 and delivering more reliable, accessible, and sustainable electricity nationwide. The minister gave the assurance in his New Year message to Nigerians, noting that despite the challenges encountered last year, significant milestones were achieved, particularly in stabilizing the national grid and recording of sectoral historic landmarks in power generation and distribution. According to him, sustained efforts under the Presidential Power Initiative, the PPI, popularly known as Siemens deal, has played a critical role in strengthening the grid and reducing the frequency of grid collapses experienced in previous years. He expressed confidence that the ongoing Phase 1 of the PPI would further enhance grid resilience and make power distributions increasingly rare. Reflecting on the outgoing year, the minister acknowledged the patience and resilience of Nigerians as the sector confronted complex challenges, including grid stability and distribution inefficiencies. He expressed gratitude for the understanding shown by citizens, describing their steadfastness as the foundation for building a stronger and more resilient energy future. Addressing the people of Oyo State, Chief Adelabu reaffirmed his commitment to representing their aspirations at a national level, noting that the support continues to inspire his dedication to national service. Looking ahead, the minister reiterated the federal government's commitment to delivering reliable, accessible, and sustainable electricity to power homes, industries, and economic growth. He outlined key priorities for the year, including deepening efforts to enhance grid stability, expanding transmission infrastructure, strengthening collaboration with distribution companies to improve service delivery, and accelerating metering initiative across communities. Away from that story, Nigeria has reaffirmed its commitment to strengthen strategic bilateral trade and economic partnership with China, reflecting positively on the progress recorded in relations between both countries throughout 2025. The reaffirmation followed the elevation of Nigerian to China relations to a comprehensive strategic partnership agreed by President Bola Tinubu and President Xi Jinping during his state visit to China in September 2024. In a statement, Director General Kola Larson of the Nigerian-China Strategic Partnership, Joseph Tegbe, said Nigeria's relationship with China remains guided by country's long-standing foreign policy principles, including respect for sovereignty and territorial integrity, as well as adherence to established international norms. He noted that the federal government has consistently upheld the One China principle as a foundation of its diplomatic relations with People's Republic of China. Looking ahead to 2026, he expressed the readiness of the country to consolidate and deepen the comprehensive strategic partnership in more practical and results-driven ways, while noting that emphasis will continue to be placed on cooperation that directly supports Nigerians' development priorities, economic diversification, infrastructure delivery, human capital development, technology transfer, and long-term load endurance sustainability. Moving on, The Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Lateef Fagbemi's son, has directed the Corporate Affairs Commission, CAC, to reverse all corporate filings made against Jonah Capital Nigeria Limited and Houses for Africa Nigeria Limited, citing a review that found no prima facie case against their principals. In a statement by the Director of Public Prosecutions of the Federation, NB Abubakar, on behalf of the AGF, he directed CAC Registrar General Hussaini Magaji to restore the company's records to their original status, stating that prior administrative actions were with proper procedure. The directive followed inconsistent what was described as a comprehensive review police case files into allegations of forgery and fraud against Sir Samuel Esson Jonah, Kojo Ansa Mensah, Victor Kwano, and Abu Arome in relation to the two companies. Referencing Mensah's petition, which alleged unlawful expropriation of shares, extrajudicial removal of directors, and retrospective invalidation of corporate filings, the AGF directed the CAC to immediately rescind any administrative measures taken on the basis of the investigation report issued by the IGP Monitoring Unit, IGP, of the Nigerian Police Force. The Commission was further advised to avoid any action that could undermine the authority or integrity of the courts. In a related communication to the Inspector General Police, the AGFs criticized the LA investigation as highly misleading, stating it has disregarded the burden and standard of proof necessary to establish criminal liability. The National Drug Law Enforcement Agency said it had detained 22 Indian crew members of the merchant vessel MV Aruna Hulia in connection with 1.5 kilogram of cocaine seized by operative at the GDNL terminal Apapa Port, Lagos. In a statement, the agency's Director of Media and Advocacy, Femi Babafemi, also disclosed that operatives had uncovered various quantities of ketamine, ecstasy, and tramadol pills concealed in sachets of coffee mix and book parcels destined for Zambia and the United Kingdom. The seizures, according to the statements, are made at a courier company in Lagos on 24th and 29th December 2025. Babafemi listed the suspect as Bharati Manoj Kumar, Balero Nilesh Mukund, Nada Anthony Maxon David, Kolusu Srinivasa Rao, Saga Gaurav, Francis Anto Bimas Nesta, Jagdeep Singh, Jai Prakash, and Prohakan Singh. He added that others involved are Nevaj Zandesh Suresh, Pandey Prashant, Neetu Anand, Akash Babu, Dasari Raju, Reddy Nandika Sanjeeva, Rana Nivesh, Melatil Insaf Raman, Bala Chantaya Krishna, Ghosh Arijit, Mondal Rehan, and Gangwa Shiv on. The statement added that NDLEA operative in Oyo State had on Monday 29 December 2025 arrested a wanted female drug kingpin Fatima Ilori, popularly known as Mama Kerosene, described as a major illicit drug distributor in Ibadan, the state capital. We now move on to the foreign scene. President Donald Trump has warned Venezuela's new leader, Delcy Rodriguez, she could pay a very big price, probably bigger than Maduro if she doesn't do what's right. He comments to U.S. magazines. The Atlantic came at the country's deposed President Nicolas Maduro was set to appear in a New York court on Monday. The U.S. accuses Maduro, who is charged with drug trafficking and weapons offenses, of running a narco-terrorist regime, a claim he denies. Rodriguez, who served as Maduro's vice president, adopted a conciliatory tone at a first cabinet meeting offering cooperation with the U.S. That's all on the news this hour. I am Becky Osoro. Many thanks for watching. Bye for now.